They had 2 pages. I made sure it was on open together.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. And I wrote in all of the states and sins.
Were they in the...
Also,
I mean, it's just Baruch.
like, please rise as you're able. For after they read their poem, please be seated. Please join us in silent prayer. It's all in the script.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. I don't know where she is.
Oh.
She's probably right there. I can go get her.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, we got all of our please stand, please be seated. Everything opens up to like follow on. So like that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Do we need to bring a prayer book up here now? Or
Yeah. Grab them from, I mean, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter.
just like down there?
Oh my god, it's been forever.
I know, it's so long. How are we doing page number?
What?
How are we doing page numbers?
No, they're just here for people to flip the book.
Okay.
No. Not that I know. I have zero clue. I don't know, I just got a call from Landon.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah, I don't even know what that's gonna look like.
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be better or worse than Nehamocha. That's my class. I can say that.
I think that might be hostage.
Okay. Rachel, do you want help with pronunciation of things?
Yes, how do I say the name?
Fine, Rabbi. That's
Does Shayna know already?
no.
Where's Shayna?
Right there.
Go with Shayna.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we can sit like up here.
Okay.
Just those caveats.
I will sit next to you wherever. I don't really care. And then do we just like carry this up and down, just like wherever we go, or do we leave it up here?
I'm gonna carry it.
Yeah, just so I know that like when I go up versus when you go up. Yeah. And then the seniors all know when it's over.
need to go to the bathroom, and I don't know if I should do it after my stuff or.
Well, you're in the 10th grade stuff. It's pretty far down, right? You're right
Yes,
here.
and then one other thing I think. I don't know.
Yeah, you're in the skit, right?
Right.
So that's Mifa Mofa. So that's 10th grade. That's you can go to bathroom now. How long are you gonna be in the bathroom?
I don't know. Where's the other? Where's me from?
Mifa Mofa is
Oh,
right
okay.
here. So you're fine. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stick them down here.
I'm sure you don't want to do it now, but just for the record, anytime you want to read any of that.
I do them often. I'm gonna do them next week. You have a present thing?
Let me ask Kiki.
Can we take one of these for now? Okay. When the rabbi was practicing with you, where do you guys want us to stand?
The rabbi was standing there, but I was kind of wherever. I mean, wherever's like more comfortable putting this down. Yeah, anywhere. We'll be able to hear it. It'll be good. We have like one of the groups is slightly larger, so they'll like be the most here, but like wherever you find standing space or whatever.
I'm just doing a listening call to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Do we have grandma?
Rabbi's back there. What's Sadie?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Shayna's name is spelled wrong. Shayna's name is right.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brandon Brown. I have the pleasure of being the president of our temple's youth group, Andy, which makes me a part of our temple's teen council.
Hi, I'm Leah Factorman. I'm the representative for the Madrahim program of Kasher.
Our third member of our teen council, Ethan Barnhart Ross, was not able to attend today as he is at his sister's graduation. He is our Torah Center representative and wishes he could be here tonight.
We are the Teen Council. The Teen Council's duty is to create avenues for Temple Israel teens to take a larger role in the community. We work with the adult staff and leaders in order to make sure the youth voice is heard in programming. The Teen Council serves as a route for higher levels of activity and enjoyment of the youth at Temple Israel.
This service was put together and organized by the Temple's teens within our Kesher program. As you'll see throughout the service, our Temple's teens have worked to put their own unique flair on different components of a Friday night service. Each piece of the service will be led by different groups within the Kesher program and have allowed our teens to find new ways to connect with and show their connection to each prayer.
We're so excited to have you all here, and we hope you enjoyed the service we've put together.
With that, I'd like to invite up the Andy Board to lead us in our opening song.
We would now like to welcome up Kylie Solomar, Shayna Salisbury, and Raisin Listenholt for the Lakado D.
The meaning of Lakado D is talked about a lot, but not a lot of people know. Bleh. The meaning of Lakado D is talked about a lot, but not a lot of people talk about where it comes from. It was written by Rabbi Shlomo Halevi Alkabetz.
Alkabetz was part of the Seifed Circle and contained other esteemed scholars such as Yosef Karo and Yishtach Luria. When Alkabetz wrote the prayer, he signed his name with an acoustic. The first letter of the first 8 stanzas spells his name.
Rabbi Alkabetz based this prayer off of Talmud's account of how rabbis should welcome Shabbat. Sages such as Rabbi Yanai and Rabbi Hanina referred to Shabbat as queen and a bride.
According to commentary, each day of creation had a partner except for Shabbat. Days 1 and 4 are partners, creation of light and luminaries. Days 2 and 5 are partners, water and their gathering into seas. And days 3 and 6 are partners, earth and vegetation. Only Shabbat was left without a partner, and God promised the Jewish people as its partner, like a groom and bride. Please rise as you are able to join us in Lakado D. Please be seated. We'd now like to invite up Sharon Brown.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's wonderful to see so many people here tonight as we celebrate our incredible teens here at the temple. At this point, I would like to just say a couple of words about our adoptive grandparents program. I was just doing some quick math when I was sitting in my seat, and this is our 13th year of the Torah Center Adoptive Grandparents Program. The program was started when our now sophomores in college were in 4th grade. And I'm proud to say the program continues on with a strong heartbeat and a lot of fond memories and experiences to come. As you can imagine, during COVID, our grandparents program was, well, like most things, a little challenging. But we're very excited to have had the opportunity to reconnect with many of our adoptive grandparents during this spring semester that's just coming to an end. Several of our adoptive grandparents are here this evening, and I'd like to recognize them for all of their contributions and connections to our teens. So if they could please rise, that would be wonderful. We'd like to recognize you. Here we are. All right, we have here with us tonight David and Sadie Sachs, Jay Iser and Freddie, and there are Betsy and Ron Cheek. Yes. Oh, and Sharon Coleman. Hi, Sharon. Nice to see you. Didn't see you back there. A heartfelt thanks to all of you for the love and wisdom that you provide to our teens. We're thrilled you could be here tonight to see them shine up here on the bima. I would like to invite up our Tesher teaching team, Amy Lakin, Rachel Van Ralt, Carol Liu, and Andrea Salisbury, our Madrachim program coordinator, to lead us in lighting of the Shabbat candles.
We are here together as one people, one community. We've joined to share in this treasured moment together. As we transition from the hectic demands of life and daily routines, we are invited to leave the week behind, let go of what has been, let go of what will be, and enter a place of stillness, a sacred space and time.
As the sun begins to set, breathe in the glow of the sunset and pause. Breathe out the stresses of the week. Breathe in the calm of nightfall and pause. Breathe out and feel a sense of relief. Breathe in the radiance of the moon and stars and pause. Breathe out all thoughts of doing and become one with this present moment. Feel the warmth of relaxation wash over you.
Breathe in the radiant light and pause. Feel your mind become open and unfettered. Breathe out and feel your soul become free to soar to new heights. Breathe in the calm and pause. Feel yourself surrender. Breathe out everything and focus only on now. And feel your body, mind, and soul become whole and at peace.
Now we are finally ready to graciously accept this present from our loving Creator, to embrace God's gift of rest and rejuvenation, to turn our complete attention towards Shabbat, to savor all that Shabbat provides and become enveloped by holiness. As we breathe in and out once more, we pause and welcome in the Shabbat bride.
Please rise.
Please be seated. Thank you. Okay. I have had the honor of speaking about graduating seniors here at the Temple for many years. And tonight we get to celebrate 4 incredible graduates: Carmel Artstein, Jordan Guzman, Jacob Friedman, and Brandon Brown. Each year, the teen service gives me an opportunity to look through old photos and scroll through the countless memories in my heart of all the years these teens have been here at Temple Israel. Carmel, Jordan, Jacob, and Brandon, we have shared so many special moments together since you were little, and now to be able to see you as young adults ready to go out into the world beyond high school is such an incredible honor. Where are the 4 of them so I can lay eyes on them as I'm speaking? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Oh, they're all spread out. Okay. All right. That's good. I'll speak to all areas. My fondness and love for these teens is really immeasurable. Every class is special, don't get me wrong, but there's something even more touching about my own children's classes. And I have 4 of them, so. Sorry for those of you that are not in my kids' class. Okay. No. To Jordan, and Jacob, and Carmel, thank you for sharing Brandon's years here in Long Beach and at Temple Israel with him and with our family. As an educator and as a mom, I feel so very blessed. These 4 teens have shown incredible dedication to staying involved and connected to Temple Israel, NIFTY, and to our Jewish community as a whole. I'm so very proud to be your educator and mom. You are incredible role models to our younger teens and our Torah Center students. To the parents of our 4 graduates, Lauren and Stuart, Nancy and Ron, Lisa and Adolfo, and to my partner in crime, Adam, it's been an honor to play a small part in bringing up your amazing kids. Through your commitment to and involvement in Temple Israel, you have modeled for your teens the importance of being part of the Jewish community. All of you have given back to this community in countless ways, and I can't imagine our congregation without you. I thank you for your partnership and support over these many years. 2 years ago, my daughter Joanna, along with her classmates, one of them's here tonight, left for college. And now I feel like I have 4 more kids leaving the Temple Israel nest as well. Third and Loma will not be the same without this fabulous foursome. But you should take the next steps knowing that you have made a difference in the life of this community. I will also take comfort in knowing that the 4 of you will undoubtedly remain connected to Temple Israel for many years to come. Throughout our service, we'll have the opportunity to hear in more detail about each of our graduates, and I have the honor of introducing each of them. Carmel. It's hard for me to believe that Carmel Artstein started at Torah Center only 5 years ago when she was in 8th grade. It seems like she has been here for so much longer. She has made a wonderful impact on our congregation over this relatively short amount of time. I remember seeing Carmel at Shabbat services with her dad before she officially joined the class, and I knew from the moment I met her that this was a young woman who wanted to learn and be part of a Jewish community. Carmel jumped right into the teen world at Temple Israel and has been an integral part of our Kesher program. She has attended Torah Center from 8th through 12th grade, always making important contributions to the classroom environment, and served as a madracha as well. Not to miss out on a dynamic travel opportunity, Carmel joined us for our awesome New York trip, the impactful Litaken trip in Washington, D.C. right before the pandemic, days before the pandemic, our recent overnight in Jewish Los Angeles, and many nifty retreats as well. It's very clear to anyone who has been part of Carmel's experience at Temple Israel that Carmel has grown dramatically as a leader, taking on new responsibilities that pushed her to try things outside of her comfort zone at times. She served as the teen representative on the Rabbi Search Committee here at Temple Israel and is to be thanked for helping us to bring Rabbi Fox to the congregation. I remember speaking with other committee members and the rabbinic candidates during the search process about how impressed they were by Carmel's thoughtful questions and comments throughout the process. Carmel was also part of our Teen Purim Spielcast the past couple of years and joined the Andy board during her junior and senior years and currently serves as the religious and cultural vice president. Carmel is a scholar and lover of Israel. She pays close attention to what is happening around her and asks wonderful questions. She has taught all of us so much over her years at Temple Israel. Carmel's maturity, kindness, and intelligence have been incredible gifts to our Kesher program and beyond. I will miss her lovely smile, which you can't see because she has a mask on, but trust me, it's lovely. Positive approach and calm presence. Carmel is headed to Israel next year to participate in an amazing volunteer program for high school graduates. Be sure to ask her about it later tonight. And when she returns, she will, likely be, I know, I won't say, I know. She will possibly, likely, she's hopefully going to UC Berkeley. She's already gotten in there. She just has to confirm a deferment of her amazing Israel plans. Wherever Carmel goes, I know that she will find success. It's my pleasure to introduce Carmel Artstein.
Hi, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Carmel. And like Sharon said, I first came to Temple when I was in 8th grade. I had no idea what to expect. I just knew that I wanted to be a part of a larger Jewish community. And the past 5 years have been amazing. I remember first walking into the 8th grade Torah Center class. I remember it was Purim, and we were helping the younger kids do some arts and crafts, and I had no idea what was going on, where I was supposed to be, but I just went with it and kept coming back and eventually found a rhythm. As I got to know people, I started to get more involved, and this choosing to join Temple Israel and the Kesher program was one of the best decisions I have made. A lot has happened over my time at Temple Israel. We went through over a year of everything being online and adapting to that. During that time, while in general I hated being on Zoom, I always looked forward to Torah Center every week and Andy events. I've been on the Andy board as the religious and cultural vice president for the past 2 years, and it's been amazing to go from attending events and services to being able to write and lead my own programs. But aside from all of the leadership stuff, the other thing that being involved in Temple Israel, and particularly Andy, has added to my life is just that aspect of fun. As those of us who are going on to the all-nighter later tonight will see, it's just fun to play hide and seek in the dark, in the temple. It's fun to go to nifty events, and it's fun to have services and events that are totally up to us. For the past 5 years, Andy has been the place where I can come to just hang out with other Jewish kids and take my mind off whatever I'm stressed about. I want to thank everyone who's been so welcoming and kind to me over these past 5 years. But I think my biggest thank you has to go to Kara Lou for pushing and encouraging me to step out of my comfort zone, from helping me out when I first walked into your 8th grade Torah Center class, to encouraging me to run for RCVP. You've always been there for me, and I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss all of you. Shabbat Shalom.
We would now like to invite up our Madrahim coordinator, Andrea Salisbury.
Hi, as you all heard, I am the Madrahim coordinator. If you don't know me, I have a group of 40 teens that are amazing. I chose a quote from Jane Goodall, and I'm going to read it, and I'll tell you why. You cannot get through a single day without having impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference. You just have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. The 2021 Madrahim program looked much different this year. Not only did we have 40 teens working in Torah Center, we had 40 teens who pulled together and made an incredible team. I watched teens take on their roles as they engaged with students, made connections, not only with their class, but their fellow teens. I witnessed kindness, creativity, teamwork, and a genuine willingness to do their best. Teachers went out of their way to let me know how much they appreciated their Madrahim. It was a good year, not only because we were in person, but because this group of kids made a difference. They chose to be present and decided what kind of difference they wanted to make. Thank you to each and every one of you for being you. I enjoyed your humor, your flexibility, and your ideas. Thank you, my senior Madrahim, Jacob Friedman, Brandon Brown, Jordan Guzman, and Matthew London for being true role models. I learned from each of you. It was a pleasure getting to know you. I wish each of you much success as you move forward in your new adventures. My deepest gratitude to Sharon and all of the Torah Center staff for your guidance and patience throughout this year. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Madrahim, this will be yours tonight. I'm not showing another picture. Oh, okay. But you can only be a Madrahim to get one.
I'd now like to invite up David Solomar, Mason Dropkin, Dominic Stevenson, and Jackson Marshall to lead us in their interpretation of the Baruch Hu. I will be stepping in for Dominic. Hi, my name is Brandon. My group is doing a skit about the Baruch Hu. This is Jackson, the son. David is playing the dad, and Mason, the rabbi. Our skit starts in the bedroom of the son.
Son, it is time to wake up and go to temple.
I don't wanna.
Too bad, we are all going together.
The family leaves their house to go to the temple to pray.
Today we're going to look at the Baruch Hu, or our call to worship more closely.
I don't want to be here. I want to sleep.
Pay attention.
What does it mean to call somebody?
To get them on the phone or get their attention from across the room.
That's right. The definition to call someone is a cry made as a summons to attach someone's attention. So we call worship that is the way to attract someone's attention for a prayer or to say wake up, and as a way to get ready to pray. So we wake up and get ready to pray. We invite everyone to rise as you are able to join us and as we call for the Baruch Hu.
Please be seated.
Wow, the Baruch Hu is a real wake-up call.
Glad you are finally awake and ready to join us for the rest of the service.
There's more?
Yes, there is.
I would like to invite up the 11th and 12th grade temple classes for the Ma'arim Aravim.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Orei yom halayla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Orei yom halayla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. I'd now like to invite up the 8th grade class to share a reflection on the Ma'ariv Aravim.
On a day-to-day basis, we don't always see the gradual changes in our lives. Ma'ariv Aravim is a prayer said in the evening, thanking God for creating darkness and light, and how we can see the difference between the two. And the words of this prayer reflect the gradual movement from one stage to the other. Mishnah Etim changes the time. Goliel or mipinei hoshech vehoshnech mipinei, or rolling light away from darkness and darkness in front of light. Umavir yom umevi lila, causing day to pass and bringing on the night. Ma'ariv Aravim reminds us that we don't need to wait for once in a lifetime moments to acknowledge the change we often miss. We can do it each and every night.
All 8th grade class studied the Ma'ariv Avarim and its meaning. We wrote gradual changes in our lives that we are grateful for. We would like to share them with you tonight.
I am grateful for the way that I've learned to communicate with people on a higher level than I used to be able to.
I am grateful for the way the years go by because I get older and mature without realizing it. Maturity is important to me because I can do things that my parents had to do by myself.
I am grateful for the way I learned Hebrew so fast, although I was not good before 6th grade.
I am grateful for the way I learned how to cook my own meals. I remember a time when my parents had to feed me.
I am very grateful for an eventual found a great group of friends that I share the same interests as me, as it's taken a long time to find a group of people that I slowly did.
I am grateful for the gradual maturing as a person and how my friendships have evolved.
I'm grateful that I have bettered myself in my communication skills and my performance with singing and dancing. I have matured over time and have made amazing friendships that I treasure so much.
I am grateful for the way that most things are gradual, so you can take the time and being in the moment, and so that moments aren't just instantly going without any time to truly experience it.
We invite you now to think about the beautiful gradual changes in your life you are grateful for. Thank you.
Gradual changes over time. What a beautiful thing to think about. I am here to introduce our second graduate this evening, Jordan Guzman. Okay. I am so very blessed to have 4 of my own children, but along with them come some pretty amazing bonus kids, and Jordan is definitely one of them. Raising Brandon in this Jewish community has meant being able to share in Jordan's growing up as well. Jordan has been part of our family's life since the boys were in preschool together at the Alpert JCC. Jordan's friendship to Brandon has touched my heart, and I know that their connection has meant so much to Brandon as well. Little did we know, Lisa and Adolfo, that the boys would grow up to be such incredible friends and leaders in the Long Beach Jewish community and beyond way back then. Jordan started Torah Center when he was in the 3rd grade and has been a highly valued student ever since. Teachers have appreciated his wise insights, positive attitude, and excellent behavior. He is a caring friend to so many, and his peers know that they can rely on his good counsel and high values. Jordan has also served as a madrich for the past 4 years. Teachers and students alike value his reliability and willing to do whatever is needed, always with a smile and a great sense of commitment to do whatever is needed for his community. Jordan was also a vital part of our super fun 8th grade New York trip and our fantastic adventures in DC and the Litah Ken program. I remember fondly seeing him present to our national representatives with such confidence and poise. Jordan also jumped right into NIFTY and has developed strong bonds with teens throughout Southern California, attending retreats whenever he could throughout his high school career. Understanding the need to stay involved and connected during the pandemic, Jordan helped guide our teen program as a member of the Teen Council last year and also joined the Teen Purim Spielcast. Jordan's senior year was no exception. Even with all the academic commitments of this year, Jordan continued as a Torah Center student, madrich, Purim Spielcast member in that awesome costume. His grandmother didn't even recognize him. And a member of the Andy Board, where he currently serves as the membership vice president. Jordan is an incredible teenager, and I know he will go on to do other remarkable things as an adult. He is loved and respected by congregants young and old. I have especially watched Jordan interact with the Torah Center adoptive grandparents over the years. I will greatly miss my regular conversations with Jordan, his gentle presence, warm hugs, and can-do personality next year. I know that Jordan's hard work and leadership will carry him far as he heads to UCLA in the fall. Jordan Guzman.
Wow, Shabbat Shalom. Where to start? It feels like yesterday that I was running around through the halls of the old temple building during my preschool, kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade years. I remember it was either to play tag or running to the old social hall for the amazing oneg desserts. Now, here I am, talking to all of you as a graduating senior, looking back on all those years. I started Torah Center in 3rd grade which seemed late because most of the kids in my class had been together since kindergarten or preschool. But that didn't matter. That third grade year was an amazing introduction for what was to come for the rest of my Torah Center journey. From the third through sixth grade retreats in Irvine, to celebrating almost every classmate's bar mitzvah, and to attending Nifty Kalaz in high school. Each year brought such a great time for me to learn and form bonds with my classmates that will last for years to come. There are some key people and events that I would like to acknowledge. These members of the community and these events truly embody the Temple Israel and Torah Center community and have shaped me into the person that I am today. First of all, thank you to all of the adoptive grandparents for sharing your wisdom and showing such great compassion to all of the students. The older I grew, the more I understood the importance of sharing history, traditions, and life experiences with the younger generations. In addition, I know I wouldn't be the person I am today without the support of Rachel Van Ralt, where's Rachel? Nico Tureen, Rabbi Moskowitz, Cantor Haas, and Cantor Cooper, who supported me throughout my 7th grade year and prepared me for my bar mitzvah. The preparation for that day really fostered my devotion to Judaism, its traditions, and its principles. Sharon, thank you for organizing such a memorable experience in Washington, D.C. and New York for the 8th grade trip. But Washington, D.C. primarily during the Little Cane trip. It was extremely eye-opening to dive deeper into the connections between Judaism and social action, and to actually meet and discuss ideas with our elected representatives. Kara, thank you for supporting all of the teens in the Kesher program and guiding Andy through several successful years, even during a pandemic and Zoom programming. And this year, your partnership with Nifty SoCal and Matt Gann made for such a memorable senior year as a Niftyite, with both Winter Kala and West Coast Party. To all of the Temple Israel clergy and staff, as well as all of the Torah Center teachers and staff, thank you for creating such a welcoming community and a home for all of the students and families here. Carmel, Jacob, and Brandon, thank you for sticking with me through all these years. We did it. And although our time at Torah Center may be coming to a close, I know that we will continue to share what we have learned, and we will grow even more as members of the Jewish community. And lastly, I want to thank my parents for supporting me every step of the way, from encouraging me to attend the Torah Center overnight events in elementary school, Andy events, and Nifty events, and to planning such an amazing bar mitzvah, and to keeping traditions such as our Passover Seders, Hanukkah family candle lightings. You have instilled in me a sense of pride in my Judaism and have developed my commitment to family and community. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Okay. I'd like to invite up Carmel Artstein, Sadie Brown, and Helena Newman to lead us in Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat olam, b'ti
I would now like to call up Rachel Nissenholt, Helena Newman, Evan Smeltzer, Shayna Salisbury, Nathan Friedman, Isaac Helton, Jacob Friedman, and Sadie Brown to help lead the Shema and Ve'ahavta.
Sorry. In the Shema, we close our eyes to focus on the words instead of our surroundings.
The Shema says that God is personal and demands love from Jews with every aspect of their being.
It also says that Jews should follow God's instructions and allow this love to be seen.
This prayer serves as a reminder of one of the key principles of the faith. There is only one God. Please rise and you are able to and join us for the Shema.
When first thinking about what we wanted to share with you all tonight about the Ve'ahavta, we were a bit hesitant.
What new teaching could we add to a fairly basic prayer known to many?
We learn that the Ve'ahavta is about our love for God and the ways that we show that love.
However, writing this introduction forced us to think about the prayer in a new way.
Rather than focusing on our individual love for God, we thought about how the Jewish community is brought together by our love for God.
As we chant together shortly, we invite you to think about how the Ve'ahavta is a symbol of our shared love and how it brings us together.
You may be seated.
All right, you thought the tears were bad for Jordan. Here we go. Next, I'd like to speak about my son, Brandon. Okay. Here we go. Oh, Brandon boy, what do I say to my kiddo who has been part of life here at Temple Israel since before he was even born? Being your mom and Jewish educator has meant being able to share countless Jewish moments here together at Temple Israel and beyond. Brandon has been a valued member of this synagogue community and has contributed so many things to our incredible home away from home. Brandon started Torah Center when he was in the 3-year-old class and has attended every year since. Brandon's enthusiasm over the years and love of Judaism has enhanced many a classroom discussion over the years. Brandon was also a member of our youth choir for 4 years and part of the awesome Vishamru crew, along with his friends Jacob, Trevor, and Max. When it was finally time for Brandon to join the Kesher program, he was all in. Brandon has served as a madrich for 5 years and has been a real-life superhero to all of those adorable kindergarteners and first graders. One of them is here tonight. Brandon's love for Andy and Nifty has been evident from the beginning of his high school years, serving as Andy 9th grade representative, 10th grade representative, membership vice president, and currently president. He has been an active member of the Teen Council as well this year. Alongside with his sister Sadie, he wrote and directed an original production for our teen Purim spiel, The Lion Queen, the show that people are still talking about today. His strong leadership and passion for teen life at Temple Israel has helped to significantly grow our program over this past year. He has attended almost every retreat possible, Nifty retreat possible, throughout high school, as well as the National Nifty Convention in Dallas. Brandon packed his bags once again and joined other Temple Israel teens on our New York trip, Litaken, and most recently, the Jewish LA overnight. Always loving the opportunities that come with new experiences and perhaps the chance to get out of the house. Brandon has also spent 10 summers at URJ Camp Newman in Santa Rosa. He will be working as a counselor there this summer as well. Brandon is a special role model for our younger male teens, modeling what it looks like to be super involved in Jewish life and having fun while doing it. He is also beloved by so many of our older seniors at the temple, always treating them with great respect and kindness. I will miss his rational thinking, confidence, and happy approach to things here at the temple. I'm so honored to be your mom, Brandon. Brandon is headed to the University of Kansas in the fall and will undoubtedly enrich his new community there. Rock Chalk Jayhawk, Brandon Brown.
Shabbat Shalom. For the maybe 20th time, my name is Brandon Brown. I've been going to temple pretty much since the day I was born. Over the many years I have been going to temple, it has grown into more and more of a home and a hub for my Jewish identity. Temple Israel has given me so many different opportunities that have led me to grow into the person and leader I have become today. As a very essential base, I started going to Torah Center since preschool, 3-year-old preschool, and through all the way through this 12th grade year, about 14 years. I really hit a point when I thought, this place, it's a lot more than 4 walls through COVID, everything went virtual. And I learned that this was just a community, a home for me to be a part of, a family for me to be a part of. This community has always given me the empowerment to hang out with Jews that are just happy to be Jewish with one another. Once I realized that and my love for being with other Jews, I sought out Camp Newman, one of my other home away from home. I spent many summers at Camp Newman, going back year after year, summer after summer, spending as much time there as I could for my age. This past summer, I was able to spend all 8 weeks of my summer there as a CIT counselor in training, working with younger kids, taking much of my experience that I got here as a madrich into that experience. Then, once I realized that getting camp just for the summer wasn't enough, I sought out Nifty and our youth group, Andy. I have been serving on our youth group board since ninth grade as a grade representative and have grown into being a president. I could go on forever about what Andy and Nifty means to me, especially the people that I've met along the way and the upperclassmen I go to for advice and look up to when I'm thinking about what type of leader I want to be. Now I am here, home, as a leader before you that I never could have imagined I could have become back as a ninth grade rep. Now, beyond those upperclassmen and counselors and past CIT that I've had at camp, I look up to so many individuals that I need to give a bit more than a little shout out. First, my Torah Center classmates and their parents for taking me in and pulling through the entire long ride that it is at Torah Center. Jacob, Jordan, I'm going to lose people. Jordan, Carmel, and Matthew, who is here for our dinner. Thank you guys all for sticking with me through all of my obnoxious know-it-all phases and being some of the best friends to this day. We have been through so much together, and I couldn't have picked a better group of people to go through Torah Center with. Thank you to all my teachers and clergy for sticking with my class that started out with, I want to say, 19 kids every step of the way. 19 crazy kids every step of the way. You have all created perfect spaces for my classmates and I to ask questions and push us to learn about what it means to be Jewish. Thank you to all my grandparents, siblings, adoptive grandparents, and dad for pushing through all the highs and lows with me and being there by my side, showing me what it's like to have a loving family around you. Kara, you've been nothing shy of the biggest inspiration to who I've grown up to be as a leader. Your support throughout my high school years has been so essential, and I don't know where I'd be without you as a teacher, mentor, and friend. Your guidance and lessons I have learned while working with you on Andy will be taken with me throughout every next step of my life. I really don't know what I would have done without you throughout these past 4 years. Last, but obviously not least, Mom. I cannot be standing up here without your love and support and unconditional love. You are the strongest person I know, and I don't know where I'd be without you. You are who I come to for everything I need, and you always have a perfect solution, even if I don't listen the first time. There's nobody that embodies what I think it looks like to live a Jewish life, a strong Jewish life, and led with lots of passion, leadership, and embracing every part of community. There's nobody. Thank you for being my teacher, my inspiration, my rock, and my mom through every bit of my life from second one. I love you so much. There's no way I would be who I am today without this home here on 3rd and Loma. To make every step of my Jewish life spawned out of this amazing hub of Judaism without all of you. Thank you for being there for me and making this community a home, one I couldn't be prouder to be a part of. Shabbat Shalom. I'd now like to invite up the 10th grade class for Mecha Mocha.
Hopefully we'll give you some comedic relief. That's a lot of us. All right. Shabbat Shalom. We're the 10th grade class, and we are going to share the story of Nachshon with you. To help explain the story, we have written a fictional journal entry from Nachshon's perspective. Today was the day I put all my faith in God. I woke up this morning a slave in Egypt, and am riding now as a free man on the other side of the Red Sea. The day started with Moses standing up to evil Pharaoh and convincing him to let his people go. Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. I was one of those people. Pharaoh told us to leave. He was so upset. We Israelites quickly grabbed our things, the bread that had yet to rise, the few belongings we had, and the people we loved. Running, we left Egypt. Our large group moved as fast as we could, no turning back now. There was so much unknown, but it was worth it. Our freedom meant everything at this point. All was well, or at least as well as it could be, until we saw them. Pharaoh had changed his mind and sent his army on chariots to come after us. People complained to Moses, telling him, "We should have just stayed. It would have been much easier that way." I, however, believed in Moses' leadership and trusted God's guidance. We kept moving. Pharaoh's men were gaining on us, and we could see their swords in hand, hear their horses galloping, all while tasting the salt from our tears. It was a terrifying time, so much fear in our hearts. All that was in front of us was the Red Sea. Where could we go? There was no other way than forward. We kept running. Finally, we reached the shore. Moses planted his staff in the ground, and nothing happened. We all stood there waiting for a sign from God, but nothing. Pharaoh's army was getting very close now. I couldn't wait any longer. I walked into the water. Nobody knew what I was doing, and nobody stopped me. The water was getting deep, and still I continued on. The water reached my shoulders, then my chin, then my mouth. I paused. What now, I thought. I took one more step, and swoosh, the ocean split. The Israelites ran out to meet me, and we somehow managed to cross the Red Sea safely. Looking over my shoulder, I could watch Pharaoh's men follow us. They didn't get very far, though. God protected us, and the water collapsed down on the Egyptians. We made it to the other side of the body of water and celebrated. Miriam led us in song, and we all rejoiced.
Hi, my name is Rachel Nissenholtz. Shabbat Shalom. In the Micha Mocha, we say the words, "Who is like you?" The Micha Mocha is set when the Red Sea split for the Israelites to escape from Egypt and Pharaoh. I would like to share a poem with you that I found on a poetry website called Kochav, and I invite you to listen to the music playing by Daniela Guzenheit's version of the Micha Mocha. You split the sea open, creating a path for me, delivering us from slavery, to bring us a sweet and savory land. We sing out songs for freedom. Micha Mocha, who is like you? You've done it before, and you can do it again. I'm a slave to my own mind, and sometimes I lose hope, and it makes me feel like I'm going blind. Despite the unsettling friction in daily life, still I sing, Micha Mocha, who is like you? You've done it before, and you can do it again. I will watch and listen to your voice. For guidance to continue my journey, it is not over yet. Micha Mocha, who is like you? I have to say, there is no one quite like you. I invite you to continue to listen.
I'd now like to invite up the rest of my seniors, 12th grader class to join me for Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et chashavat la'asot et chashavat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et chashavat la'asot et chashavat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, od hi le'olam, od hi le'olam, od hi le'olam. Vishamru bnei Yisrael et chashavat la'asot et chashavat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yomim asa Adonai et chashamayim ve'et cha'aretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et chashavat la'asot et chashavat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et chashavat la'asot et chashavat ledorotam berit olam.
Our fourth and final senior to honor this evening is Jacob Friedman. You know how they say you always have room in your heart for another child? Well, Jacob is another one of those incredible bonus children in my life. Lauren and Stuart, thank you for sharing Jacob with us over these many years. And Jacob, thank you for the special role you have played in our family's life. Your friendship to Brandon means so much, and I love the beautiful connection you have developed over the years. I often mention to you, is it hard to be friends with someone who's so different than you? And you respond something like, well, there's just this mutual fondness for one another and a history there. I love it. I remember meeting Jacob and his family when they first moved to Long Beach from Chicago. They came into the old social hall after services, and it was clear to me that this was a family ready to get involved and build community. Jacob's participation at Temple Israel has definitely proved me right. Jacob has been an active, highly respected Torah Center student since the 2nd grade and continues to be a critical part of our 12th grade class today. Teachers can depend on Jacob to make thoughtful contributions to class discussions and to be a calm presence, even when the class may have been a little more rambunctious. Jacob was also part of our youth choir at Temple Israel and led the congregation each month as he stood right here and capably led us in prayer in Visham room with Max, Trevor, and Brandon. As part of the Kesher program, Jacob has continued to be a leader and teacher. Living just 2 blocks away hasn't hurt either. He's been an outstanding madrich for the past 5 years. Each year, our Hebrew teachers would request that Jacob work in their classrooms. His patience and encouragement have been a gift to so many young Hebrew learners. Jacob also joined us for fun on the 8th grade New York trip and our recent 11th and 12th grade Jewish Los Angeles overnight, and was an active participant on the Litaken trip in Washington, D.C. He inspired his small group, made up of Jordan and Brandon and Jacob, they were a small group, to lobby for issues around disability rights in education, and spoke beautifully when we met with Congressman Alan Lowenthal. Continuing as a capable leader, Jacob was also an important part of our teen council last year, a unique year for our teens, to say the least. And then who could forget Jacob's delightful performances in our teen perm spiels over the years, highlighted most undoubtedly by his recent role as Simba, or King Ahasuerus. I wish I could play the video right now. It's playing in my head. Jacob's quiet yet confident leadership has allowed him to accomplish awesome things at Temple Israel. I truly love Jacob's menschy presence, humility, and heartwarming smile. Lucky for us, Jacob will be local next year as he continues his education at Long Beach City College before he transfers to another university the following year. We all get the benefit of having Jacob around for another year, and I can't wait to see what he's going to continue to do at Temple Israel and beyond as an outstanding leader and educator. Jacob Friedman.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So Sharon definitely remembers our first encounter a little bit differently than I do. At least my first ability to remember our first encounter. I had gone to an event for our temple, I believe was my first time, and I showed up, and they were handing out the Torahs to all the new kids to Torah Center. And because I had just moved here from Chicago, I went up, or I didn't want to go up because I was older than them. I was cooler than them. I don't want to go up with those people. Like, I didn't know anyone, so I never went up. But Sharon went up to me afterwards, and she said, I noticed you didn't go up, and here's your Torah. And I think that just shows how awesome our community is here. I didn't want to go up. I felt embarrassed, and she went up to me, and she really made me feel comfortable here where we are in this community. I went up. I love all of our other events we do here. I love the field trips we have with all of the students, and it's so awesome to go around outside and spend time with classmates, not as classmates, but as friends. It's really something special, like Litaken, the New York trip, and even just going out to different temples and religious places to experience new things with each other. And I would really like to thank, everyone here who I know, who I don't know. Special thank you to all of my teachers throughout the years, especially Kara and Rachel. They're really awesome, and I definitely would not be here today if it weren't for them. I'd definitely like to thank Sharon for being so awesome, and I may be the second child or the fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth child, but you're kind of my second mom, and you're awesome. And to everyone I know here, thank you for being here. You really make this place awesome. To everyone I don't know, thank you for making this community such a great place. And to all the teens, thank you for putting on such a great service. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
I already have my Kleenex, okay? I got it. I'm good. I'm just going to open it here. If you guys lost count, were there any polls? Usually the Kara crying count is pretty high. I was sitting in the congregation out here watching my incredible teens. I really do have the best job ever. It's not really work. It's joyful, and it fills my soul to work with our teens. I was talking at dinner with Adolfo, and I said, what is it? Why do I do what I do? And what do I get? And I said, I get to see the moments that you don't. I get to see the moments that the parents don't see. I get to see the moments when they're silly. I get to see the moments when they're their truest selves. I get to see the moments that they're vulnerable, and they willingly share them with me, and that's a gift. It's a gift they give me every time I work with them. There's a real special group in my heart, and I just want to recognize our Andy board tonight. This group of teenagers that give up their time. They write programming for their peers. They lead the programming for their peers. They put themselves out. They take extra hours to do this, and they give of it freely. They give of themselves freely. And for all the hours that we put out, for all the edits that I make to programming that you fix in the last minute, for all the changes so I have to reprint something, I am grateful. It is my joy to watch you grow into leaders and to step up into your own and to figure out who you are. And with that, I'd like to recognize our Andy board. You stand when I call your name. Kyla, our Andy ambassador. Lily, our 9th grade rep. Helena, our 10th grade rep. Evan, our communications vice president. Noe, our financial vice president. Jordan, where are you, Jordan? Jordan, our membership vice president. Carmel, our religious and cultural vice president. Rachel, our social action vice president. Sadie, our programming vice president. And Brandon, our president. Let's give them some snaps, guys. Thank you, all of you, for all the hard work you did this year. So you don't ever forget us, even the seniors that are leaving my nest, which I'm telling you is devastating me right now. Each of you is going to get this little blanket with your name. Cute. And of course the Andy, so that you can take Andy wherever you go. And I'm sure that most of you can, well, all of you can use them tonight, okay? So see me later, and I'll give them to you. Thank you, and thank you. You guys can sit. And if I was really smart, I would tell you all my new board for next year, but I'm afraid I'm going to forget somebody. So if you're on the new board next year, can you just stand for me? All right. All right, it's going to be a fantastic year. We actually have 13 teens on our new Andy board. And I am losing, we had co-presidents, but I am losing one of my presidents next year. Noe, would you stand? Noe is going to be our new regional financial vice president, and Andy Liaison. Yeah. We're ever so proud of Noe to join the regional board this year, but I'm not letting him go. He has to stay in liaison with us. So with that, thank you all for everything that you do.
I'd now like to invite up Harper Hogan, Arva Marcus, Raquel Turndoff, and Kyla Farrow for the Amidah.
Okay, so our prayer that we're doing is the Amidah, and we're going to start with a poem that was given to us by Madricha, who wasn't actually able to be here today, but we thought it really represented the Amidah and what it meant to all of us.
Shabbat is an ever-flowing wave of blessings given by God on this day of renewal, forever and ever, with no end. Arise from your ashes and take a look around. Look at yourself and know what you bring, and know that you bring beauty and joy into other people's lives. Your time is coming. Maybe it has already come. You can make a difference. Forget your sorrow, quiet your groans, find light in the world around you. With your joy, God finds joy. In God's love, we find love. Because God sees our true self. So breathe in and welcome Shabbat. Please rise as you are able.
Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, Bezocher Hasei Avot V'imahot, Unegli Geulah Livnei Bneihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magin. Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah, Rab le'hoshia, Morid ha'atal, Mechakel ha'im behesed, Mechayeh hakol be'rachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rafeh holim, Umatir asurim, Umechayeh emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'agivirot, Umidom elah, Melech mebit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, Ve'eman atah lechachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. HaKadosh, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el
Please be seated. I'd now like to invite up the 9th grade class to lead us in Shalom Rav.
Hi, I'm Kyla Farrell, and I'm going to be speaking on behalf of our 9th grade class. So, the final prayer of the tefillah is a prayer for peace. In the mornings, it is Sim Shalom. In the afternoon and nighttime services, it is Shalom Rav. Directly translated, Shalom Rav simply means grant abundant peace. It is a call to God for serenity and stability from a people that have been persecuted and attacked throughout our history. There are many ways to achieve peace in yourself and your community. One of the ways to bring peace to oneself is through valuing mental health. Our class has chosen to use this call for peace as an opportunity to bring attention to mental health for teens in our society. The Trevor Project is an organization providing resources, crisis lines, and support to teens that are members of the LGBTQ community. When you first open their website, it says, "You deserve a welcoming, loving world." That is why our 9th grade class is raising money for the Trevor Project, to begin our journey of creating that world. Recently, the Trevor Project released a national mental health survey, and one of the statistics that stuck out most to me was this: 60% of LGBTQ youth that wanted mental health care in the past year were not able to get it. That is why organizations like this are so important. Lack of support when it comes to mental health is something we as a society are still overcoming as a result of the social stigma surrounding mental health. If you want to learn more about the Trevor Project, access their resources, or to donate, you can visit thetrevorproject.org. We invite you to think about ways you can achieve peace for yourself and our community as we sing Shalom Rav. Also, this there. So. Please join us in silent prayer.
Our thoughts now turn to those in our community who are in need of healing. We know that that is a healing of the body or a healing of the mind. As we just learned from our ninth graders, there are many forms of healing, and it is with this prayer and others that we call for it. And so if you are joining us online on tilb.org, I invite you to share the names of those that you are thinking of for our healing prayer in the chat at this time. And for those of us who are here in our sanctuary, I'll be inviting names in just a moment. I want to call our attention as well to the handouts for this evening that include the names of all of those who are in our community who are in need of healing. If you see the name of someone that you know, or simply the name of someone that you might reach out to, part of the way that we do healing in this community is this way. And so I invite this prayer to be an inspiration to offer some comfort and some healing as well. This week, we especially think of those who have recently come onto our list. And so we think of Andrea Friedenthal and Arla Lewis, Adrian Bard, Charlie Evan Olson, and Margaret Winchell. If there's anyone that you are thinking of this Shabbat, I invite you to share their name aloud as my eyes meet yours. We additionally think of Ron Pekar, Anna Muniz, Barry Perlman, Olivia Escoboza, Claire Steinberger, Jeff Kohlberg, Michelle Dunn, Linda Lord, Dale Strock, Arla Lewis, and Andrea Friedenthal. If you'd like to join in the words with us, I invite you to do so. You'll find the words on page 253 of our prayer books. So we continue with Aleinu, reminding us that all of these things that we find inspiration on and through, that they are on us to go out and change the world with. And so I call on those who are taking their steps from this community into our greater world, call up our seniors as we continue with the words of Aleinu on page 282. Page 282, please rise in body or in spirit. I'd like to call up our seniors to join us on the bima. Please be seated. Well, our thoughts now turn to those in our community who have died in recent days or in this season in years past. And so if you are joining us online at tilb.org, I'd like to invite you to share the names of those that you were thinking of this Shabbat in the chat at this time. Together our hearts go out to those who are observing Shiva and Shloshim, the 7 days and the 30 days after the death of someone near to them. And so as we remember Betty Gandel, our hearts go out to Joanne and Jerry Levy. And as we remember Garth Begler, our hearts go out to Laura Schneider, Eli and Lily Begler, Elsie Begler, Jennifer, Benjamin, and Gemma. And as we remember Judith Ann Pilger, our hearts go out to John Pilger and Sonny Haberman. Additionally, we mark the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of Thea Brodkin, Barbara Chasen Ketterling, Fred Coleman, Mort Dover, Molly Einhorn, Frida Enton, Mervyn Glow, Margaret Griffin, Anna Hillinger, Gertrude Jaffe, Jack Kegia, Shigo Matsura, Albert Middleman, Blanche Middleman, Marvin Knocklis, Tang Nguyen, Arthur Pomper, Ben Rabin, Manuel Rosen, Belle Schaefer, and Eve Stern. If you are here having suffered a recent loss or are thinking of someone in particular this Shabbat, I invite you to share their name aloud as my eyes meet yours. We add to these names Denise Carver and Albert Frum. I'd like to invite all of us to turn to the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 294, and to offer these words as one community Please rise in body or in spirit. Yitgadal, Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, V'alma Divarach Yirtei V'amlich Malchutei, V'chayechon V'yomechon Uv'chaye Dechol Beit Israel, V'agala Bizman Kari V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Olmel Maya, Yitbarach V'ishtabach V'itpa'ar V'itramam V'itnaseh, V'itadar V'italev V'italal Shemei Dekudusha Barichu, Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nechamata, Damiran B'alma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Alinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. V'sei Shalom B'mramav. Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Alinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'imru Amen. Zichronam Livracha. May the memories of those near to us always be a source of blessing, and I invite us together to say, Amen. Please be seated.
As you've heard this evening, so many of our teens contributed their hearts and time into putting together such a beautiful service for us tonight. Behind the scenes and a little bit in front of the scenes, you've also been able to see the work of our teen council, made up of Ethan Barnhart-Ross, Leah Factorman, and Brandon Brown. And we want to thank our teen council for all of their hard work throughout this year, including tonight. Please join us in thanking specifically Brandon and Leah. Come on up. Great job.
Well, as we continue to share the excitement of this community, of all that makes it what it is, I'd like to call up a member of our board of directors to invite each of us to different ways to express that beauty, to express the wonder and the joy of this community. And so I'd like to call up Ron Artstein to share some of the goings-on this particular week at Temple Israel.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And thank you very much to all of our teens for our lovely service. There's a lot happening at Temple Israel this week. We start bright and early tomorrow morning with a Torah study here at 8:45. It's going to be a very special Torah study because the teens will have spent all night preparing for it. Right? I mean, that's what they do in their lock-ins. They study Torah, right? And that's what they call it. Right? Tomorrow morning's, following the Torah study, there will be services not here, but services will be at the JCC. It will be our senior Shabbat, not graduating senior, but rather senior citizen Shabbat. So if you plan to come service at the JCC, not here. Joys of Jewish Learning program has a lot of offerings this week. Monday morning at 9:45. New Testament study from Jewish perspective. That's on Zoom, I believe. Wednesday at 9:45, we have the Musal study group meeting. I believe that's also on Zoom. Wednesdays at 7, Introduction to Judaism. Is this still going on?
Not this week.
It's not going on this week. Yes, that's what I thought. It's written here. I don't know why. And our Tanakh study group is meeting at Thursdays at 10:15 a.m. If you would like to participate in that one, contact Martine Korak. I think the other one was Trish Gold in the Musal. Other programs of interest here at Temple going on this week. Men's Minyan Discussion Group is happening every Tuesday at 9:30. Contact Alan Lillian. Wednesday, May 18th at 7 p.m. Join our sisterhood on Zoom for guest speaker Chaya Lea Sufrin, who is, she's the executive director of Hillel Long Beach, or Long Beach Hillel, Beach Hillel, I think that's what they call it. And her topic is Ancient and Modern Life as a Hasidic Jew in Long Beach. Wednesday night is also the most important day on the Hebrew calendar. It's the eve of Lag BaOmer. There is not an event here at Temple because we couldn't get a permit from the fire department. If you are interested, by the way, in hanging out in the backyard, roasting eggplants, I don't know, sing Israeli songs and getting bitten by gnats, contact me after service. And do we know if, is the Bill's Thursday morning minion, is that back online? Do we know? I don't know. We don't know. So maybe it is or maybe not. And Thursday night, shall I announce it? Because it's not written here. I will announce it. Thursday night, May 19th at 7 p.m., we have a special senior cantorial recital as cantorial soloist Kelly Cooper takes her very last steps into becoming an ordained cantor. Please come here Thursday night to support her. If you ever have a question about how to attend one of our services, classes or programs, please look for emails, call the temple office. Our staff will be very happy to help you. Shabbat Shalom.
We have a special opportunity right now. As our 12th graders make their way into other places in our world, looking out and bringing the beauty and the light that they have seen in this community to other places. As we read and learn from our Torah or Legoyim, we are meant to bring light out into the world. And so it is both the blessing of that light, but we have an invitation for you this evening as well. Cantor Cooper and I are going to offer a blessing that is passed down to us from generations and generations of our people to us tonight and our 12th graders. But it's not just a couple of people, it's not even just a few, but an entire community that lifts up a young group such as this. And so not yet, but when we get to the moment where we actually bless our 12th graders, I'm going to invite us to raise up our hands and for each and every one of us to offer this blessing for them. For now, I'd like to invite up our 12th graders to the bima and the parents of our 12th graders as well, as we cover them in the talit, an invitation and a reminder of the love that they have felt in this community and the love that we invite them to bring as they go forth. 12th graders, come on up. Parents, come on up as well. Sorry.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's face be turned toward you in graciousness.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God always watch over you, and may you be blessed with that greatest of gifts, that gift of peace. I invite us together to say, Amen. 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 Parents,
It's been such a joy to be together for this service. It's been amazing to work together to create something so wonderful and fun. Thank you all so much for coming to our Kesher program service. We would like to thank so many incredible people for making this program so special. Kara and Sharon have been such an important force in helping our teams put together, and our teachers for being here tonight, and thank you for your classes. Put together parts of this meaningful service. We could not have made this service without you. Your help throughout this year has truly made it such a difference.
Also, a huge thank you to Rabbi Fox and Cantor Cooper for support throughout the service and planning. And of course, our incredible teens. We're so proud of each of you for stepping up and leading our community.
Please join us in our closing song, Oseh Shalom. Have a good night, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Good job, everybody. We pulled it off. Teens who are attending the lock-in, feel free to attend the Oneg, and we will meet back together in the social hall at 9:30.
Everyone, the Oneg will be outside. Jacob, Brandon, Jordan, and Carmel, make sure you see the cake before we cut into it. Head outside. No one cut it until the seniors have seen it. Brandon, go outside. Let's see the cake outside.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Every single time I was eating cake,
that. That's stupid. Come on, take a selfie.